Good kick right in front of the goal, and it's in.
Back in, cuts to the corner, take the shot, he scores!
Starting lineups first for the visitors from South Fayette. 6'1" junior, number 1, Michael Pasco. A 6-foot junior, number 2, Noah Knox. A 6'2" junior, number 11, Nico Lamone. A 6'3" senior, number 15, Elijah Hill. And a 6-foot sophomore, number 32, Gavin Rose. South Fayette is led by head coach Dave Mislin. And who's welcome to starting 5 for Peters Township? At guard, a 5'11" senior, number 2, Brendan. A 6'1" junior, number 3, Nick Miller. At guard, a 6'1" junior, number 14, Cam Mills. At forward, a 6'4" senior, number 15, Jake Ziegler. And at forward, a 6'2" junior, number 45, Jack Dunbar. Coach Joe Orman, assisted by Kevin Lawrence, Kyle DiGregorio, and Mike Fisher.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to AHN Arena here in Peters Township, Pennsylvania, for tonight's matchup between South Fayette and your Peters Township Indians. I'm Mike McKeag.
And I'll be joining Bob Finn.
Thank you, Bob. It's good to be back after a week off on the road. The Indians had a successful week last week with 2 nice victories. And we've got South Fayette coming in. The Lions come in with a 4-1 record, and the Indians with a 5-1 record. So it should be a good ball game tonight, Bob.
Yeah, we're looking for a good matchup. As you get into the preseason and get tune-ups for the section play, you want to get challenged a little bit. And some of the games that we've seen with the Indians, they've been winning some pretty big scores. So looking for a better matchup here tonight.
McCulloch drives in hard. He's going to get it to go.
Well, that's something he's been doing all year long. He's been, he got a lot of strength as he's gotten older. He's grown a little bit, and he can really get hard, goes hard to the hole. And he drew contact, got the ball off the glass, and went in. He's going to go an and 1 here, possible 3-point play.
Yeah, that was a nice, strong move. No hesitation. Off the back. And Indians. 2-0 in the early going with Millard inbound.
Looks like South Fayette's matching up here, straight man. This is something we really haven't seen. A lot of the games that I've been at, only been a couple, but they've been spreading the floor and doing a lot of dribble drive. And this looks like we're running a little more of a set here with some more screen away from the ball, some more pick and roll action. Something they've added as the season has gone on. Miller goes into the paint.
McCullough gets it to go. Going left with his right. That gives him 2 baskets. Full court pressure by the Indians, as we've seen all season.
I think that's
a lot of cross half court yet. There we go.
That's something that's been consistent. They've stuck man. They've been putting full court pressure on, which is creating some up-tempo, which is getting some transition baskets for them as well. So that's why they've been getting into the 70s with a lot of their games.
Good entry pass. Goes in, and nice body control to finish that off.
That sure was. That was really good body control.
The Indians 3-on-3. Dunbar kicks it to Mills. It's good. Cameron Mills from the corner.
Well, the interesting thing about that, Mike, is that ball was a made basket, and Peters still pushed the ball down the floor in transition to get a good open look. A nice pass by Dunbar.
Yeah, you're right. That turned into a 3-on-3. All the Lions went into the paint and left Mills all by himself, and he can bury that.
It's a good shooter.
7-2 Indians. Indians playing some good defense here. Tough man-to-man.
Yes, it is.
Out to the corner baseline. Better movement by the Lions, but the Indians stay with them.
This is really good D, Mike. Good on-the-ball pressure, good help away when they get into the paint. Good recovery. That's a charge.
Mills
Absolutely.
draws the charge.
Got the charge.
There's no doubt about that one.
Absolutely. It was in good position. Got his feet set. Nice job defensively.
First foul of the game. Indians will inbound it. Moving left to right here in the first quarter. 5:53 to go.
Looks like we got some subs in the game also, Mike.
Donovan and
Vaccarello. And I think we got one more I thought I saw. It looks like number five's in the ball game as well, Thomas Aspinwall.
Indians have a little trouble, but they get it in. It's not really a trapping press.
Just a token pressure.
Yep.
I think with the guard play of Peters Township so far this year, with the number of guards they have that can handle the ball, it's going to be really hard to put a lot of pressure on them.
Dunbar from 16. It's
Beautiful.
good.
Very nice. That's something you don't see a lot of young players doing. That was a pull-up, a real jump shot from 15, 18 feet. Don't see a lot of players doing that. That was a great jump shot. Oh, nice move.
Oh, and he can't get it to go. Up come the Inuits numbers. Donovan goes baseline. Gets stopped. The old double bounce pass.
Yeah. Whatever gets the job done.
Yep. Miller into the lane, kicks. The three is up, and it's good. Vaccarello for three. And the Lions need to talk about it with the Indians up 12-2.
They sure do. The Indians have come out hot, man. I mean, we've got 2 3-point plays. We got McCullough driving to the paint for 2 layups. I mean, really playing great to get off to a good start this first quarter.
Yeah, aside from the one bad loss the Indians took against Chartiers Valley, they've been playing some good basketball. They played some good basketball last week with a couple wins, and they've come out here firing on all cylinders.
Well, you look at you're not even 3 minutes into the game, and you already got 12 points on the board. That's consistent with what we've seen from them with their ability to put points on the board in all of their wins. I think they've been over 70 points in all of their victories. That's a lot of points in a 32-minute game. So, you know, with the pace that they're playing, with the number of possessions they get and the good shots that they're taking, you know, it's a recipe for success. There's no question.
Yeah, almost mistake-free. Granted, we're only a couple minutes into the game, but so far so good. Good ball pressure. Now we're going to trap out of that. That's a nice drive.
That was a good day.
Michael Plasko, the junior.
Looked like he had a little carry though on that stutter when he delayed a little bit. And that ball, his hand got pretty far underneath that ball. It looked like it was a carry to me, but they don't really call that a whole lot.
Nope. Lions. Ball on the baseline. Oh, it was Indians. Excuse me.
Looks like we have another sub, Mike, which has been consistent. And we got Nick McCullough's in the game, number 23.
Loose ball. Lions come up with it. Steps into a three, and it's off the front. Big rebound by Hill.
Oh, I'm going to foul.
And a foul. Elijah Hill, the senior, he's a handful underneath.
Yes, he is. I'm not sure what he's listed at when they announced the starting lineup. He's every bit of 6'3". He's strong. He's pretty thick. He's going to be a challenge for the Indians around the paint, that's for sure.
Nice touch there.
Yes, he is. Now I know why his move to the left looked so good underneath the basket on that first drive, because he's left-handed, Mike.
Yeah, he likes it on that one lower block closer to us.
Yes, where he could
Another
turn.
reason.
Yep, he could turn to his strong hand.
Doesn't get the second roll. Up comes Mills.
Yep. Yeah, he tied him up. But if he would have held on to the ball and came back down, it probably would have been a jump. But he lost control of it when he came back down. He moved his feet. So I think that's why the ref called the travel. Good call.
Yep. First turnover of the night for the Indians.
Run a little scissor play off the high post area. Didn't get anything out of it. Mills is matched up with number 15 inside on the paint. That's a tough matchup for him.
Here comes a double.
Yeah, it looked like it.
They want a double. Baseline, and they're going to get two hands.
Yeah, it's going to be that's the hand check rule, Mike. They put that in a few years back, and you can get one hot stove touch is what they call it, which is one hand on the ball handler. But when you put two hands and extend the leash a little bit, they're going to call that a foul.
And it did affect him as he
I agree.
went to the baseline. It was a
Exactly.
good call.
Yep. Dunbar back in the game as well, Mike.
Starting five back in
for
the Indians.
Ooh.
McCullough on the floor.
They're
going to tie him up.
Yeah, got a jump ball. Good hands by Brendan.
Good hustle by Brendan McCullough. It's going to stay at this end.
It's a tough place. It's a little not underneath the basket, but not all the way to the corner, but still a tough place to key the ball
They've
in.
really done a nice job of making the Lions be uncomfortable with the basketball.
They sure have. Must have a foul away from the ball here, Mike. Not sure. Yeah. I think they're going to get McCullough. Yep, McCullough.
That one's going to go against Brendan McCullough. That's his first. Team third. Too easy there. Three is up.
Ooh. Miller with the rebound.
Picked up his dribble. No problem. Dunbar gets it. Brings it across. There's Mills. He's going to drive. Take it in. Can't get it up. Up come the Lions.
Oh, that looked like
Three's
a travel.
up. Off the front.
Ooh.
No roll.
Did not get the roll. It looked like he might,
Mills,
but
3-on-2 for the Indians. McCullough sidesteps.
Drew the foul.
He does draw the foul. He likes going to his left and finishing with the right.
Well, I think consistent with the way he's been playing all year, he's on a mission to get to the rim.
Attack mode.
Yes, he is.
Since the timeout, the Indians have not scored. South Fayette timeout, it was 12-2. It's 12-5, so got to get that lid off the hoop. There we go. 2:53 left in the quarter. Back tap.
Yep.
Easy layup for McCullough.
Here comes the double team.
The double. Lions. Nice effort by Jake Ziegler.
I think the timing of that was really good, Mike. When the offensive player is along a sideline, it's a really good time to go ahead and put that trap on because it restricts the direction he can change and go to. Really good timing on that double team that time by the Indians.
Nice move by Hill.
It was.
It was
a little
good
bit
battle by Ziegler and Hill underneath, but
yeah, he was playing on the high side of him and he just got too good a position.
Hill
what
won
a
that
pass.
one.
Wow.
Beautiful pass.
Wow.
McCullough to Ziegler.
Another
Easy
steal by McCullough.
He goes in. Easy layup for McCullough.
Yep, I guess that's why you practice layups, Mike.
Yeah. That gives him 9 for the quarter. Little runner.
They're going to call the block.
We're going to get the block on Mills this time.
He was moving.
It was close.
He was moving.
It's a good call, though.
Yep.
Here's Township foul 14, Cam Mills. At the line for South Fayette, number 10, reaching the shot.
So that's going to send Rishi Shada to the line. First one's off the back iron.
Returning for South Fayette, 32, Gavin Burrows. And in the game appears Township, 44, Vaccarella, 25, Dylan Donald.
So we have Vaccarella, Dunbar, and Aspinwall in for the Indians. Another one off the back.
Wow. Okay. Ooh.
Indians get lucky there.
Sure did. Not so much that time.
Don't get lucky that time, Lions. Three-on-two break. Out to the corner. 3 is up.
Nice
That
shot.
one hits the bottom of the net with a splash.
Yeah, that was a nice release. You can get the rotation on the ball the way he did. That looked pretty good.
Miller across the half court.
Well,
And we got a turnover. Indians have done a good job taking care of the ball.
he's going to go reverse. Oh,
Very nice
shot.
drive.
Nice shot. Oh,
I had the lane and got it tapped away. 59.7 in the quarter. 19-12 at Peters.
still not a bad quarter. Looking at a minute to go and you're at 19. If you multiply that by 4, that's 80. You
Yes,
score 80, you're going to win a lot of games.
you absolutely should. Wide open 3 is up. Off the back. Indians rebound with Miller. Indians. That was a good look he had there.
Yes, it was. Whatever they ran out of bounds there worked. It's wide open.
Good shot, good follow through. Thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a giveaway. And the Lions get a layup.
That's a simple inbounds pass on an out of bounds from the side. That
Yeah, that was
can't
a
have
bad-
those kind of mistakes.
That was a bad giveaway. McCullough drives hard, kicks to Dunbar. Off the front. Lions control. They got a chance to cut into this 5-point lead. Into Hill. He gets stopped. Good defense by the Indians, and they give it away. Up comes Dunbar. He's going to take it all the way, and it's good.
Yeah, you don't want to get in his way. The defender was kind of there, but I think he had second thoughts just trying to draw the charge there.
Down to 7. And it's good if it goes.
Ooh, nice move.
Yes, it is. 3 seconds. 1. It's good. And it's
And
good.
it is good.
Jack Dunbar.
Yes. Well, you know, you walk in the gym sometimes before a practice or after a practice, or I was refereeing a freshman game the other day and some of the older kids were here, and the one thing that they were doing was practicing half-court shots, believe it or not. So they do practice them. I don't think the coach is around when they're doing it, but they do have fun once in a while, and I was watching them the other day, and they were doing that. So good for him.
Well, that was really, actually, if you think about it, a nice play. They got the ball. I mean, that hoop went in with about 2 seconds left. They got the ball out to half court.
Yeah.
It didn't need to be rushed. Jack took one dribble and put it up and calculated it, and it left his hand clearly before the buzzer, and it was dead on.
Dead on. The exit velocity and the trajectory were calculated properly. Am I using the right terminology there?
I'm not an engineer, and those are the classes I tried to avoid my whole life, but yes, you are. I know a little, I guess you could use basketball. Yes, that's good terminology.
Nonetheless, that was a really good quarter. You know, a lot of easy transition baskets again. You know, I'm keeping some rough stats here. We attempted four 3 points, one being from the half-court mark. The rest of the shots were in the paint. I did have 5 turnovers and 3 assists during that quarter. Again, these are unofficial, trying to watch the game and just take some notes here. But, you know, overall, getting out into the open court from their defense, getting some easy baskets, again, it was the key to that quarter for them scoring 24 points.
Toward the end, you don't like giving up the easy baskets.
Right.
But nonetheless, with Dunbar's 3. That gives him 7. McCullough has 9. They're the leading scorers for the Indians. And rather than having a 5-point lead, they have an 8-point lead going into the second quarter. 24 points.
Looks like they switched a little bit of a zone here, Mike. Looks like a 2-3 zone.
We haven't seen a lot of zone this year.
Nope.
Hampton came out in the zone, and we shot them right out of it.
It's a 2-3, a little bit extended. You got their number 15's anchoring the middle for them, but their wings are extending from the bottom line of that 2-3. So it'll be interesting to see how we attack this.
Nick McCullough into the game. Mills thought about it. They're very patient, which is how they attacked the Hampton zone. They did a good job of getting somebody to the high post.
Usually if you're going to attack a zone, you try to attack it from the middle out. If they can get the ball into the middle, but the front of that zone and the back line of that zone is extending themselves, covering a lot of ground. They got some quick kids there, so we'll see. But I would try to get somebody to that high post area into the middle.
Absolutely no hurry by the Indians.
No.
Ziegler goes in. Gets it to go.
Absolutely.
I wasn't positive it was going to go in, but it went. 26-16 Indians. Very, very patient offensive.
Got a really good shot. Good
turnover by the Lions.
Yep.
3-on-2.
Nice pass.
Ziegler, good defense by the Lions. Kicks it. Dunbar for 3. Off the back. Controlled by the Lions, and up they come. They'll slow it down a bit.
Well, Brendan made 2 very unselfish plays there with 2 really nice
lead
passes.
Pass.
Yep.
Very nice lead pass by Gavin Oraz. Attack the zone again here.
We're going to get a tie-up.
Yeah, we're going to get a tie-up.
I think it's going to be, I think it's our way. Nope, it's going to be South Fayette's ball, I believe, on a change of possession.
So it'll be Indians ball underneath.
I got the arrow going the other way, Mike.
My apologies.
No.
Yeah, we got the last one. That's right. Lions ball.
Good pressure by Miller. Oh, backdoor
nice
cut.
there.
Yeah.
Nico.
Got to keep an eye on your man and an eye on the ball. You lose sight of your man, you're going to get in trouble.
And we're going to get a kick. That's the turnover by the Indians.
Yep.
He went to his left into the lane. He got it tipped, and it just was lost the handle. And in an effort to get it back, he tried to kick it, and everybody saw it, especially the stripes. Inside out. There's a nice shot by Noah Knox.
Yeah, they're showing a little bit of why they're 4-1, Mike.
Yeah, that cuts the Indians' lead to 3. Now we're back to man-to-man.
That's a travel.
Yep.
He started running before he put it on the floor, no doubt about it.
He had the right idea. That was the right move if he could have kept his pivot. All right, the Indians are leaking some points here, Bob.
Yeah, and that zone to start the second quarter definitely slowed us down, too.
Indians need some stops here. We can start right now. Corner 3, wide open, and it's good.
That's a couple in a row for him, I think, right?
We got ourselves a tie ball game at 26.
Yeah, that's Noah Knox. I believe he's got 2. He's hit 2 threes in a row. That tied it up, Mike. We're 26.
Yeah, that was a quick 8-0 run.
Yes, it was. That's what threes will do for you. You make a couple threes and you make a layup. That's 8 easy, right?
Absolutely. Well, the Lions are coming off their only loss last week. Earlier this week against Beaver. They had a 5-point loss. Other than that, they've had some nice wins. They've got a win against Shaler, pretty lopsided, and then wins against Montour, Trinity, and Canamac. All their wins have been kind of lopsided in their favor. So with one loss, they've got a nice start to the season.
Yes, they have. Well, anybody that drives through the South Fayette area through that school district sees all the buildings and the homes and things that are going on out there. That school district is growing leaps and bounds, so no surprise they have good programs.
Dom Koshner into the game for the first time. Dunbar goes in strong. Tough shot, but he gets it to go.
That's a heck of a tough shot. Good drive.
Yeah, he shot that from outside the square.
He sure did.
Indians back lead. Nice pass to Hill, and he gets it to go.
Yes. Good. You give up baseline, bad things happen.
Yeah, that was an easy basket.
Because it means the opposite big man has to come defend the drive along the baseline, and if the backside wing's not quick getting back into the paint to
another
help.
Travel.
Yep, that's another travel.
Boy, after starting the game with really no turnovers and flawlessly, the Indians are piling up turnovers.
Yes. I have 9 so far, again, unofficial.
Lions. We're tied at 28 with 3:35 left in the half.
Well,
back tap.
That's the second time he's got that back tap. Nice pass.
Ziegler gets stuck, but he gets it to McCullough for 3. Doesn't go. Ziegler, good effort.
Going to get the over and back. Yeah, he had a good box out. The Lions player had a really good box out, and Jake just he crawled up on his back.
That's Ziegler's second.
That pressure, full court again.
Jack's got him in a little bit of trouble. Here comes the ball. Turnover. Oh, and they got it. Coach got a timeout.
Ooh. Okay. Well, we saw it earlier, Mike, when the ball handler for the Lions was along that sideline, and that second defender came on for the double team. That's the second time it's caused them problems. Luckily, this time they got bailed out by the timeout, but that was a turnover waiting to happen.
Oh, he was in big trouble.
Yes.
I think the Peters bench was upset of which referee granted the timeout.
Well, exactly. To call a timeout, a player on the team has to have the ball, has to have possession of the ball. If a player throws the ball and the ball is in midair, a timeout should not be called. I can't tell when when the whistle was blown, the player still had the ball in his possession, but a timeout can't be called unless a player actually has the ball in his possession. So that was close.
Yeah, there's reason to, we'll say, question that.
It's not an easy job. Give
No.
them the benefit of the doubt, but yeah, that was close.
All right, 3:11 in the half. Up come the Lions. And Dunbar gets.
Yeah.
He got a little off balance and
Yep.
caught him with the body. Then the arm had to be called.
Yep.
Next one for the Lions will be 1-1.
That's one of those times where the official happened to be standing in the wrong place when he did that reach. So.
Big battle underneath with Hill and Mills.
It's still a tough matchup for him.
Fade away,
Nice
and it's
step
good.
Back. Yeah, nice step back jump shot.
And the
there.
Lions take
Yeah.
their first lead of the game.
Yeah.
Dunbar goes baseline. Good defense from McCullough. He had to pull it out. Here comes Miller right down the middle. He gets his pocket picked. Here's Mills for three. Off the back. Lions. And up they come. Got to stop the ball. Easy rebound for Hill. That gives Hill 9 and the lead's up to 8. Or I'm sorry, 4. 32-28.
That was an uncontrolled player out of control, throwing the ball off the glass. Unfortunately for South Fayette, number 15 was there to clean it up.
Mills with the runner. Oh, they're going to get. And they're going to get Cam Mills with the charge. That's going to be his second. It was a nice hard drive and
It was a good drive.
nice teardrop.
Yep. Those calls are the tough ones. Those are bang bang plays. We had one earlier where we got the call, and this time we didn't.
Indians need a stop in the worst way
Yes,
here.
Yes.
Under 2 minutes and a half. Solid defense again. Let's see if they can pay it off.
Oh. Ooh.
Lions.
Okay. Looked like that. I don't know. It looked like it deflected off a South Fayette player, but he's a lot closer than me to see it. So
Down to 127 and a half. To McCullough's switch.
that's a
Ball's
turn.
up in the air. Controlled by the Lions. Here's a double team in the corner. Somebody's wide open.
Oh, good block. by-
Dunbar makes a nice
Oh,
and
they're
a
gonna
late
foul.
whistle, but they got it right.
Yeah. Jack was on his way with the dribble. Number 1 grabbed him from behind. That's probably a good foul on their part. Stop the play going forward. They were going to be in a disadvantage going down the other end. So
Yeah, that was going to be a nice run out.
Yeah, that was a good foul. That was only the 4th team foul, so we're not shooting. So and that worked out in their favor for sure.
That foul's on Plasko, his first. Under a minute in the first half. Dunbar at the top, off the back, controlled by the Indians. Miller's going to pull it out. Dunbar to Mills, he drives in. He gets fouled, he can't get it to go though. Good hard.
Well, yeah, that time he got his body under control, Mike. He hit a jump stop, and the defender kind of went for the ball fake, and then when he went up, the defender was it was a lost cause.
Yeah, he knew he was going to get hit, and he
Yep.
was able to protect it,
Yep.
go up with his left.
Yep,
Would have been nice if that dropped.
would have been.
It was
but he got
close.
He got two out of the work he put in. So good shot. First one's in.
Shooters roll on the first, 32-29. Indians are down. Second one's good.
They're going to call a lane violation.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I mean it looked like I think he called it on Jack Dunbar. I mean he did go in. He did go in a little early. You got to wait for the ball to leave the hand of the shooter if you're on
That's
the lane.
unfortunate.
So, yeah.
Picked up dribble at the top. Lions looking for the last shot of the half.
Well, they're getting close to that 10-second line.
Now we're down to 7,
Turnover.
and they
Yeah.
turn it over.
Yes, absolutely.
5.7 in the half. The Indians get a chance to cut it to 1 or tie it.
Yeah, we got to get Dunbar back from shoot another one from half court.
That would that would be okay. McCullough's got to hurry. 3, 2. He shoots
Good.
early. Oh, just off to the left.
He had the right line. Looked good.
It did look good. So your score at halftime, South Fayette with a big second quarter, 32. Your Peters Township Indians, 29. We'll be right back after halftime. And we're back for the second half. The South Fayette Lions versus Peters Township Indians. Indians have a 3-point deficit. They'll be moving left to right here for the second half. Looks like the same 5 starters for the Indians.
I think, in that first half, Mike, I think the only thing that stands out to me is 10 turnovers. So that gave South Fayette 10 more possessions, and we lost 10 possessions. And I think that comes down to, the difference in the game right now. We've got to protect the ball a little bit better, a little better shot selection.
And those 10 were condensed into 12 minutes or so.
Into most of that second quarter.
So back into the zone for the Lions. Miller thought about it. Up it goes.
Good
It's
shot.
good.
They won't stay in that zone long if he's going to get looks like that.
That ties the game up.
Good pressure again.
We've seen the Indians come out flat at the beginning of the third quarter early in the season.
Yes,
I think
they
returned the favor.
There we go. 1-3 deserves another one, I guess, right?
32, Gavin Orris. But the Indians have come out flat. McCullough can't get it to go. Hill with the rebound. I think last week they rectified that quite a bit, having good, strong third quarters.
Well, that was a nice drive into the paint. 3 hard dribbles, elevated, and took a good shot.
Gavin Orrs again. That gives him 8 for the game.
Oh,
turnover by Mills. 2-0, but Mills gets it back.
Turned it over.
Good hustle by Mills. Now Indians have numbers. Ziegler for 3, and it's good. Jake Ziegler, and he almost steals the inbound pass. We've seen Jake Ziegler get
He just got length.
really hot.
Yeah, well, he's got length everywhere. He's long in his body. He's long in his arms. I mean, he just, he's got quickness, and he can shoot from the outside. He can play around the basket. He could do a lot of different things for you.
And he had 12 points against Chartiers Valley in the first half, mostly on 3s. So when he heats it up, he can heat it up. Indians down by 2. Turnaround off the side. Good rebound by the Lions, and they get it to go.
Yeah. Just didn't good pucks out position that time. Mills kind of gave up some position in there, and offensive rebounds will kill you.
It's Nico Lanade.
Mills.
Miller for 3 again. Oh, he got killed
fouled.
after
He
the
got fouled.
shot.
Oh, he's going to call it after the shot, Mike, I think. They're pointing to the sideline, so I think we're taking it out. So it wasn't in the act of shooting. It was after the shot.
That's what the referee's saying.
Yeah.
I try not to do this, but I disagree with that.
Well,
I watched the whole thing right in front of
okay.
us, and he came down after the shot, and that he should be shooting 3 shots.
I could tell you if it was the NBA, he'd be shooting 3. That's for sure.
Yeah, But be that as it may, Indians continue with the ball. Donovan looks to drive, kicks. Dunbar wide open for 3. He
Nice
gets
shot.
that to go. 39-38 Lions. Lions across half court. Good defense by the Indians again. There's another runner, and it was a nice floater.
Just a pick and roll. Hill set the screen for South Fayette, and that freed up the lane pretty easily for that shot.
The fact of the matter is they had both open. Hill could have, on the roll, could have made a layup.
Either or.
And the Indians get beat down court. Dunbar hustles. And we're going to stay at that end. Good hustle by Jack Dunbar, but not by the Indians getting beat down the court.
Well, Plasko and Knox for South Fayette are two really good players. I think they've been leading the comeback here and put them out ahead. They handle the ball well. They get to the rim and make some tough shots around the basket. They've done a pretty good job here tonight. There's another screen away from the ball. Oh, Donovan's going to get called for a foul. That was a nice set. I mean, they rotated the ball from the one side of the floor to the other, and they had a back screen on the back side. He came off that screen wide open in the paint, got fouled on the shot. Luckily, we didn't. We're not looking at a three-point play here.
It very easily probably should have been.
Yeah.
Lions up by 4. And there's 5.
Look at the scoring on for the guys that are on the floor right now for South Fayette. They're pretty well balanced as well, just like the Indians are, getting contributions from multiple players.
Mills looks to drive, gets in.
It's going to be a foul on the floor, out of bounds. It's one of those hand checks while he was on the drive into the paint.
Second team foul on the Lions. Here comes McCullough.
Turnover.
Another turnover.
That's a travel. Yep.
Good defense, really, by Vaccarello to cause that turnover. He didn't go for the ball fake.
That was good there. Sometimes it's better to be quick instead of being in a hurry. I think it was just a little bit too much of a hurry there on that move. Stepped right and faked right and then stepped to left. Can't do that without putting the ball on the floor.
Donovan works at the high post. He
nice
rolls
move.
in.
Nice move.
Scoop
Wow.
with the right hand by Donovan.
Absolutely. He used the reverse dribble there very well.
That's his first basket of the night. Looked like the Lions had the advantage, but the Indians double team on Hill. He kicks it out.
Backdoor cut. Oh.
Not good.
Again, you got to see man, got to see ball, and I think Dillon was following the ball a little bit too much that time and lost his man.
Miller left open.
Wide open three.
And he's really heating up, and that one's good.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. The kid was born shooting a basketball. Comes out of his hand so nice. Can't leave him on. You can't leave him alone.
Absolutely not. So the Indians, with that three, cut the Lion lead to 2. And we've been saying this for a little while. The Indians need some stops here, Bob.
Yes, we do.
Yep. So the Indians take their time out and hope to turn up the defensive intensity here to break this lead. And they need some turnovers and some stops. 45-43. 3:19 left in the third quarter.
Well, both teams came in with good records. And they look to be very similar in nature. They got good guard play. They got some players with size around the basket. They're both good defensive teams, but it's a good matchup. It's a good high school game. That's what you want to see.
Does look like the Indians have a little bit more aggressiveness in their man-to-man defense. Goes into the big guy.
Oh, charge.
And
offense,
they are going to get the charge.
I've been saying all night long that's a tough matchup for Mills, but he held his ground on that time, and he did the right thing and he drew the charge. So I got to give him credit. He's battling.
Hill did lower the shoulder there to create space.
Absolutely.
So the Indians get the stop that we were looking for.
Yep.
Now the Lions go full court. Up comes Miller to Dunbar. Dunbar works on Hill, and they pull it out. Ziegler for three. It's good! Jake Ziegler gives the Indians a 1-point lead with 2:42 left. It does look like the Indians have turned up the defense a little bit. Lions have numbers, though. Thought about a three. There's a three, and that puts it right back to it.
Number 32. That looked pretty sweet.
Mills kicks.
One more. Oh, he had Miller at the top for a three.
Tough shot by Dunbar, but he gets fouled.
He got fouled. He had Miller wide open for the top of the circle for a three. And
that's what he's saying right now.
Yeah, he could shoot that with a blindfold on.
Yeah, he's telling Miller I
missed
should
it.
have.
Yeah, but you know what though? That's a hard drive to the basket
It
too.
sure
though.
is.
I mean, if you're gonna pass up that pass for that drive, I'll take that. You know, that's a good strong move by Jack. He's knocking down foul shots. That's still a good play for us to get an opportunity for a couple points. He makes this. It's a tie ball game.
Drew a foul.
Yep.
He gets a second. So Michael Plasko has 3 fouls.
Here comes the double team in the center. Oh,
McCullough skies for that.
Great steal.
He's going to go in hard, and he gets his arm grabbed.
Yes, he did. That's going to be the 5th team foul in South Fayette, and we're not even out of the third quarter yet, so that's going to be a factor as we get later into the game.
It would have been fun to measure the vertical on that jump.
Yes.
Indians inbound under their own basket.
Well, the pressure came close to that baseline, and it was 2 of the taller players. Ziegler was one of them, so that's a lot of length. That's what caused that turnover.
Here comes Ziegler.
Oh, yes, draws the
and
foul.
almost gets it to go. He gets bumped pretty hard by Hill.
Did. Lefty on lefty.
That's Hill's second. See if Jake Ziegler can get the Indians up in the lead.
Well, I'm banking on Jake making. He's a good foul shooter. Up, and I jinxed him, Mike.
Yeah. He'll make the second. The other good piece of news from that is the Indians are now on the bonus with 1:48 left in the third.
Absolutely.
And the second one off the back.
We both jinxed them.
Yeah.
Maybe he should just stick to shooting threes.
Oh.
Nice bounce pass. Wow. I didn't think he had enough speed to get ahead of our guys and stay ahead. That was a nice move by number 10 that time. Took it end to end, made a nice bounce pass. Hill finished for 2.
Yeah, Hill is a good finisher.
Yes.
Ziegler for 3. And
yes.
It's good.
That's his third
Jake
one.
Ziegler, have a night.
That's his third one this quarter.
That gives Ziegler 13 for the evening. And the Indians are up by 1.
By my count, that's our 8th 3 so far this game.
And we've needed all of them.
Yep. Oh, good defense.
Good defense.
McCullough. Oh, get it up. Nice job by Miller to get that
3
pass.
on 2. Ziegler.
Nice pass, score.
Down to 42nd. Up come the Lions, and they're going to pull it back. Over to Hill. He walks in for 2.
Yep.
Here comes
13.
Mills. Back to McCullough with 25 in the third quarter. Indians in no hurry at all. 10. McCullough drives in hard. Gets it off the rebound, gets his own. And after all that, they're going to get Brendan with a foul. That's his second. 3.2 left in the quarter. Indians up by 1.
Let's see if see what the South Fayette coach has up his sleeve here.
It's not good if it goes.
Yeah, it wasn't much up his sleeve. That's
No,
for
not
sure.
much.
Well, some really good three-point shooting in that quarter, Mike. I mean, I count Jake Ziegler had 3 threes, and I had Nate Miller with at least 2. So that's 5 threes. That's 15 points in a quarter just from threes.
Yeah.
That's good shooting.
Yeah, the Indians scored 24 points total in the third quarter,
Okay.
which is, my memory serves me, it was the same as they scored in the first quarter.
It was. You're correct. Absolutely. Yeah.
They just had a little lapse in scoring 5 in the second.
Yeah. A little bit of defense.
South Fayette didn't have a bad third quarter, scoring 20.
No.
But it
a lot of offense.
puts the Indians back up. So here we go with the final 8 minutes here at AHN Arena in McMurray, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we had a good matchup coming in. We expected it to be a good matchup coming in, 4-1 team against a 5-1 team, and it's exactly what we got. A 1-point ball game going into the fourth quarter. It's anybody's ball game at this point.
And Indians coming off an impressive victory against Penn Trafford with a 74-45 victory. And earlier last week, a 70-54 win over Cannon McMillan. So it's a good test here this evening.
Here comes the double team. Retreating.
And we
there's
got
the
ourselves a
turnover.
turnover.
We got the turnover.
Dunbar for 3. Off the mark. Mills
puts it
cleans
in.
up the mess. Indians by 3.
Gonna call block.
Now they're going to get Mills for his third. They'll send Hill to the line. He had nice form when last time he was shooting 2. Chance to cut into the Indians' lead.
Here. He's a handful around the basket, but
Yeah.
most of his damage is done from the same side of the floor, from the same block. We just gotta, again, Mills is doing a great job battling him tonight. He's won some of those battles and he's lost a couple.
It gives Hill 15. So Elijah Hill's leading scorer for South Fayette. That's after a 21-point effort last week against Beaver.
Brendan drives and
Good
gets one to
roll
fall.
by Brendan McCullough. Lions have numbers. Three's on its way,
Yep.
and that's good.
Number 2, he's been hitting a few of those. That's Knox.
Tie game. We're going to go to a
I'm not sure what we got. They call travel? I guess that was a travel.
Yep, we're going to get a turnover. 57-57, 7:07 to go. Nearly stepped on the baseline. Loose ball again.
They're having all kind of trouble here.
Lions look to run. They're set.
Back door. Oh.
Into Hill, right in his
Gonna
kitchen.
turn left.
That's
Yep.
easy. Right shoulder.
Yep. Created the separation and just a little jump hook.
Yeah, that play was made before he got the ball.
Absolutely.
Indians down by 2.
Gonna have a floor foul here. We're gonna go 1-on-1.
So they'll send Miller to the line. Not sure who they got. They got number 2,
Number 2.
Noah Knox, for his third.
So they got a couple of players. Number 1, Plasko, and number 2, Knox, both look to have 3. Mills for Peters Township looks to be right now the only player with 3. Miller's first is good.
He's pure.
I think it runs in his family. His older brother, although he never played high school basketball, he was a heck of a baseball player. When he was younger, played a lot of basketball, and he could shoot the ball too. So,
yeah, that was textbook rotation.
Yep, comes out of his hand perfect.
Follow through.
Good jump stop by 11 to keep his body under control. Just a little give and go, you know. You pass and cut, you know. But that's the old Celtic way from many years ago. But that's a simple play, gets you an easy basket.
And they're not missing their easy ones.
Nope. Switching out front on that if they can defensively.
Miller goes in hard.
It's a layup.
And
nice
gets his
drive.
layup.
Miller's starting to assert himself a little bit.
That gives Miller 13.
Yep.
Indians have
Whoa, some tricky ball handling there.
4 players in double digits.
Mills just isn't strong enough to handle him in that low post. He wasn't getting any help at all. Nobody doubled down to help. Of course, they got some pretty good three-point shooters too, so that's a tough one.
Yeah, a little help would have been in order there.
South Fayette back to his own.
Mixing their defenses. Hasn't affected the Indians too much. They've been patient against this zone, although they were much more patient with a decent lead. And McCullough.
That's going to be off McCullough's foot, yep.
Gives it away. 5:04 left. Lions with the ball and the lead. Donovan in for Miller. The lane's open. He drives.
All the way to the rim.
Doesn't get it to go, but he'll shoot 2. Don't get Jake. I think that's his 3rd.
Yes, yep. So that's the Indians' 4th team foul. Ooh. Mills getting the rest of Vaccarello coming into the game, number 44 for Peters Township.
Plasko's got 10 on the night. He comes off a 15-point effort against Beaver. Misses both.
That helps.
That helps. Donovan looks at it. There's Ziegler.
Oh, they went back man.
Donovan goes baseline. Zaccarello, nice move. Kicks to Dunbar. Off the front, no good.
That's good ball movement. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
A lot of kicks drives into the lane, kicks back out, reverse the ball. That was a wide open look from Dunbar. I mean, you'll take that offensive set.
And we're going to get a Lion timeout. Both teams have 3 remaining.
A lot of time, a lot of time. Well, the Indians have been getting into the 70s with a lot of their games. Pretty safe bet they will again. The only problem is, defensively, they haven't been giving up that many. They've had a 71-58 win, a 68-39, a 62-53, a 70-54, and a 74-45. So they've been racking up the scoring offensively. Defensively, they've been having some bigger gaps in some of their differentials. But tonight, a lot closer. This game probably going to go into the 70s for both teams.
Yeah, they've been playing against bigger schools. Don't know that they're the class of 6A or 5A, being Kennemack and Penn Trafford.
Well, you want to tune up. You know, you got to get ready for that section play, because once you're in it, you're in it. You know, and it's going to be a new section this year, so there's going to be a lot of unknowns, teams you haven't seen before. So I mean, you want to play them now. It's good to find out what kind of character you're going to have early in the season. They've got a lot of positives that have been they've been dealing with all season long. A lot of good things to build on. Tonight, the same thing. You're always going to have some mistakes. You're always going to have some errors. But for the most part, you got to love the effort. You got to love the quality of play.
And Peters, right after Christmas, on Wednesday the 28th, will have a big game here at AHN Arena against their crosstown rival, Upper St. Clair Panthers, who are unfortunately no longer in the same section.
No.
They were forever. All right, here's our set. South Fayette by 2 with the ball. 4:19 to go in the game. Near steal by Dunbar.
Nice pull up. Boy, that's nice.
And they've really done a nice job finishing those tougher floaters.
Yes, I mean, he got a body under control, elevated, and took a nice shot. I mean, you don't see a lot of that. Back to the zone.
Indians need to be patient. Just because they're down 4 doesn't mean they need to rush things against this zone.
Right, you're against a 2-3.
Dunbar pulls, gets
Good
it
shot.
to go.
Yep. He penetrated that gap. You know, there's gaps in zones. You just got to penetrate those gaps, and if you got the good look, you got to take it, and he did. Good job. Ooh,
Good hustle
lucky.
by the Lions.
See if he has any luck against Dunbar. Yes, he does. Was close. I think that was the makeup call there. I think we had a walk on 15, and I think we just had a walk on Jack right there. So I think it balanced out in the long run. So there still looks like they're in that 2-3 matchup zone.
Dunbar for three. And it's
Boom.
good. Jack Dunbar.
That's his third 3 of the night. Close to.
Pulls the Indians within 1. Indians are scratching and clawing as we fall just under 3 minutes left in the game. Lions with the ball down 1.
I think they're going to concur just to see if it was got a hand got on it, if it was a deflection, or if that ball was just thrown out of bounds.
Original call goes to the Lions.
Okay.
And they're going to reverse
Right,
it.
there we go. That's good officiating. If everybody's supposed to watch an area. When you have a 3-man crew, you have designated areas. But if you see something, it might not necessarily be in your area, and you know for sure that you saw it the right way, have the conversation and make the correct call. That's what they did, and I give them credit for doing that.
Yep. So Lions pull back all the way back to their 2-3 zone. Indians down by 1. Better ball movement on this trip down. Dunbar looks to drive, kicks to Mills, steps into it, off the back.
That's going to be
Indians ball.
Yep. Lions couldn't control the rebound.
That was a good look for Mills.
Yes, it was.
Nice pass by Dunbar to skip it over. 2:28 left. Mills thought about it. Now we're into a man-to-man.
Nice kick by Miller. Aspinwall for
3
3.
is up, and it's
Wow, that's
good.
Everybody's joining the party with 3s tonight, Mike.
Trying to return the favor,
Yeah,
and it is good.
Number 32.
Back come the Lions. Just under 2 minutes. Indians ball. Good effort by Noah Knox, the junior. 70-69.
Yeah, timeout Indians.
1:46 left. I think that's probably a good timeout to try to get a look here.
Well, it gives everybody a little break too. It's been the pace is pretty hectic up and down the floor. Your team's pressing full court all the time, so you're playing the baseline to baseline. And it's just the time of the game where you want to make sure your legs are fresh and everybody's on the same page. So probably a real good time to call timeout.
Yeah, you'd like to think you'd have a side inbound play to run here.
I'm sure Joe's got one. I look at my unofficial stats, Mike. We got 10 threes tonight.
10 threes. And I said it the last time you gave us that stat. We've needed every one of them.
And that's among 5 players, too. So it's just not 2 or 3 guys. That's 5 different players, shooting threes. And the percentage has been pretty good because I don't have the exact misses, but I do have the makes. But I'm willing to bet we're very close to 50% on our threes for the night.
So both teams with 4 players in double digits. We've got Gavin Orez with 18 to to pace the Lions. And for the Indians, we've got, McCullough with 11, Miller with 13, Ziegler with 15, and Dunbar with 16.
It makes you hard to play against when you have that much balance.
And you got Mills chipping in with 6. So those are your starters, and they're out there now. Indians. South Fayette's going man-to-man, a little more extended. And here come the Indians attacking this man-to-man. Miller, he looks to drive out to Dunbar, wide open three. Can't get it to go. Indians.
Mills.
He
gets
it
and
to
goes.
go. What an effort by Cameron Mills.
That's a big play. That's an offensive rebound, which gives your team a second chance, and you put it up off the glass and get fouled, so you have a possibility of a three-point play. That's a lot of effort right there. That's a huge play at the 129 mark of this fourth quarter.
Well, I mean, the rebound was great, and he's got guys hanging all over him
Yep.
as he gets that ball up on the glass and gets it to go. So the Indians up by 1 with 129. Mills can't get the free throw to go. 125 left.
Haven't been a lot of free throws in this game, but if I remember early on, Brendan McCullough missed a couple. I think Mr. Mills has missed not just that one. I think he missed one earlier too. Free throw shooting is always important. Got to make them free throws.
Yes.
Boy, they're playing really
And
close. There
it
is, over and back. Yeah, I mean, you're playing with fire right there. I mean, you're getting good ball pressure, and you're going to throw that cross-court pass right on the 10-second line. It's a disaster waiting to happen, and it did.
Noah Knox. It's a game of inches.
Yes, it is.
Steps on the half-court line.
That's all it takes.
Indians with the ball and a 1-point lead. Look to fight over the traps. And
that's going to be white.
And they give it away.
It looked like that was off Dunbar. I think that's the right call.
The bench doesn't seem to be arguing.
No.
That was a pass that the Indians did not need.
Not at that point. I mean, you're up 1. You're still over a minute. You know,
I know you're coming out of a double team, but that ball had some heat on it. And
yeah, when I was coaching younger players, I was always telling them to make sure they were aware of clock and score. You have the lead and you have the clock, and you're in the bonus. You know, so unless it's a layup, you really don't need it.
Down to 45.
They're going to go inside.
Now they're going to run the double team.
That's a jump ball. That's a jump ball.
And
yes,
it is a jump ball. Cam Mills.
Absolutely.
Awesome
He's
defensive play.
Yeah, he's been battling him all night long. I said earlier, he's won some of those battles and lost some. Well, that one right there, he won that battle.
Yes,
that was
he
a great
did.
job defensively.
Possession arrow Indians.
Yep.
Big defensive play there with 40.0 to go. Into Ziegler.
Ooh.
Nearly gave it away.
Yeah, deflection. Got to be strong with the ball here. You got timeouts if you get in trouble, and there it is. There's the timeout. Just going to make sure that everybody's aware of where they're at on the floor, what their roles are, what responsibilities they have to get the ball in bounds, and don't take those risks. And if you get yourself in trouble and you can't dribble, you get stuck, you have the timeouts, use them.
Well, the Indians are down to their last timeout, so this is a full timeout. 37.3 to go. Up by 1 with the ball. They cannot run the baseline. And
that's correct. You're absolutely right. Only after a made basket, made free throw, even if there's a timeout, after a made basket or made free throw, the inbounder can run along the baseline. But if it's a deflection or a violation, the player has to stay stationary in that spot. Absolutely correct.
They do have the 1 timeout, so if they do get stuck, they can.
Absolutely.
They don't have to turn it over.
Right. You don't carry them over to the next game, so if you got to use it, you might as well use it.
But the pressure really hasn't bothered the Indians too much today. They've been able to get the the ball over half court. Oh, really, most of their turnovers have happened in the.
It was in the first half.
In the
I've got 10. I've got 10 in the first half and 14 for the game. So we've only had 4 turnovers the entire second half. So, again, unofficial, but for the most part, taking really, really good care of the basketball in the second half.
The other advantage that the Indians have is they have fouls to give. They only have 4 team fouls.
Let's hope we don't need to stop the clock and extend the game because we're behind. Let's get the ball in bonds here. Let's hopefully they foul us and we make our free throws.
Here comes Mills up the left side. Drags a pivot foot a little bit, but nice play.
There it is.
And he can't get it to go. Indians control it. No, they don't.
That's a
24 seconds left with 1 second for a 1-point lead.
Brendan makes that 99 times out of 100.
Yes, indeed. It was a beautiful pass.
Yes,
He
it was.
right there to finish it. 16.6 seconds. Now, the Lions use their second timeout. They'll all have 1 remaining.
They'll have 1 remaining.
16.6. Now they have the possibility of using these fouls to try to milk the clock a little, Bob.
Well, you can if your strategy is to not let them get into their set, and you want to stop any kind of movement they're getting into, you can foul the ball handler. They have to take the ball back out of bounds again. So it's a really good point. They can, and a lot of coaches will do that.
So you got 2 to give.
Right.
If you could let maybe 3 seconds run off each time, 3 or 4 seconds.
Right. Make it a little harder for them to score off an inbounds. Yep.
Not in the shooting motion. You don't want to do that.
Right.
This game has been everything we thought it would.
Yeah.
Very exciting high school basketball game to watch. We appreciate you joining us.
Well, we'll see what he does here.
So the possession arrow stays with South Fayette. All these things are things to keep in mind.
So defensively, we have Aspinall out on the floor with Dunbar, Mills, Miller, and McCullough.
So a little bit more height.
Yes. Mills is still matched up on Hill, though. It's still a tough one. All right, see what they do.
So stay in the man-to-man. Referee stops. Don't know what the... We've got 10.8.
I'm not really sure what happened there, Mike. I don't know.
Nobody's saying anything. 8, 7.
There's the foul.
That's a good foul. 6.2.
Absolutely stops the clock. That's okay. But number 15, Hill has been
walked in.
Right. He's been a tough guy to stop around that basket.
And he had his right shoulder lowered with
he
his
was
left
ready.
hand.
That's a good foul.
Indians still have 1 more to give.
Still like
nothing easy, guys. Out to the front.
We're going to go back into Hill again. Good defense.
Mills gets a hand on it.
And that's it.
And that's it. Mills
Excellent. Great job.
With another defensive play
absolutely.
to end it.
I mean, he turned left, and he just didn't give an inch. He had to go baseline. He was under the basket. He couldn't shoot. Tried to make a pass, and it was deflected in bounds. And the clock runs out. Great job by the Indians to get that last stop of the game.